Good day and welcome. You're watching St. Martin News Desk, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond. With your anchor crew, Alston Lawrence, Glenda York, Tiziana Hart, and Mizzy with the Sunshine Report. This broadcast is brought to you by TV15 and proudly produced by Great Bay Media Studios in Phillipsburg, St. Martin. And now, let's jump straight into today's top headlines.
GEBE Transition Manager steps down. GEBE Transition Manager Thomas Rogendorf is stepping down from the company effective June 12th. According to an internal notice dated June 9th, Rogendorf submitted what he described as his conditional resignation as transition manager of NVGEBE. He told employees that he would remain engaged in the coming days to support an orderly transition and ensure a proper handover of responsibilities and ongoing matters. The notice also stated that the Supervisory Board of Directors will communicate further regarding next steps, including succession arrangements and continuity of leadership. Rogendorf thanked employees for their cooperation, professionalism, and dedication during his tenure, saying it had been a privilege to work alongside them. His departure comes as GEBE continues to face public pressure over billing concerns, fuel clause charges, outstanding balances, and customer frustration. A public protest against the company is planned for Monday, June 15th. The leadership transition now adds another layer of uncertainty for the utility company as it works to restore public. Mr. Gums clarifies school repair concerns. Education Minister, the Honorable Melissa Gums, is clarifying the facts following concerns raised by the Windward Islands Teachers Union about classroom conditions at the Marie-Genevieve de Weaver Primary School. Gums says the ministry welcomes constructive engagement but must correct incomplete public statements. She explained that a stop work order issued after a November 2025 inspection was lifted by the Public Health Inspectorate on January 12th after the specific classrooms identified at the time were addressed. Following a June 8th meeting with WE2, school management and staff, the ministry conducted a classroom walkthrough with union representatives and teachers. That tour documented additional concerns in several areas, including missing louvers, ceiling tile issues, possible pest entry points, plumbing concerns, and storage spaces needing cleaning and treatment. Gums said some of these spaces were not part of the original stop work order, meaning they are newly documented maintenance concerns requiring follow-up. The minister also announced that Ruby La Vega Primary School's roof will need full replacement, with an emergency public tender expected by the end of June and works targeted to begin in July. Calaboom donates 10,000 flags. Calaboom Entertainment has ordered 10,000 St. Martin flags for distribution ahead of Flag Day on June 13th. The initiative follows Education, Culture, Youth, and Sport Minister Melissa Gums' call for citizens, organizations, and businesses to help keep national pride visible after government scaled back official Flag Day activities due to budget constraints. Calaboom says the flags will first be distributed to schools, giving children an opportunity to connect with the meaning of Flag Day and celebrate patriotism, identity, and love for country. The organization will also distribute flags to motorists on Thursday, June 11th from 4 to 6 p.m. on Bush Road near its headquarters at the Miss Laddie Complex. Flags will be placed on passing vehicles so residents can display the national colors ahead of the celebration. Calaboom says the gesture is rooted in culture, unity, and patriotism and is meant to help fill St. Martin with pride, love, and togetherness on Flag Day.
Hello, my people. My name is Glenda York of Sit, Sip and Chat and Moms in Paradise podcast. You can find us on TV 15 St. Martin, TVC St. Kitts, and on YouTube. Reporting from Great Bay Media Studios in St. Martin, your news desk featured story is coming up. But first, here is Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Martin, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us.
My lord, I heard there's a lot of teams that are coming to Battle of the Fittest this year. And I also heard that the Spanish team is coming back. How can we win? This is madness. Madness? This is Battle of the Fittest! This is where they die! This is where we win! This is war!
From June the 20th to July the 4th, 2026 is the Battle of the Fittest 10 basketball tournament live from the legendary NEWSDESK Sport Auditorium, featuring top teams from across the Caribbean: St. Kitts, Stacia, Dominica, St. Martin, British Virgin Island, the Dominican Republic, Curacao, and Aruba. $10,000 up for grabs. This is where legends are made. The Battle of the Fittest 10 basketball tournament from June the 20th to July the 4th at the NEWSDESK Sports Auditorium. Bring your A game because only the strong will survive.
This is war!
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every love, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Stay connected to the best of local and Caribbean content anywhere, anytime with the TVC Plus app, the official app of TVC Channel 40. With the TVC Plus app, you can watch TVC Channel 40 live, catch every episode of your favorite shows on demand, watch exclusive pay-per-view content, listen to Voice of the Caribbean Radio, and watch and read SKN Newsline. The TVC Plus app is available on all your devices. On the Google Play Store, search TVC and the plus sign. In the Apple App Store, type the words TVC Plus. And we're also available on the Amazon App Store for Fire TV and Fire Stick devices. Search the words TVC Plus. Download today and take TVC Channel 40 wherever you go.
All right, don't miss NEWSDESK. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. on TVC. Sing Kids to the World, now streaming everywhere. Community groups support families. 2 community organizations are stepping in to support children, seniors, and families across St. Martin. Island Gems Charity Foundation has donated a new industrial stove to the No Kidding With Our Kids Foundation, known as ASA. The donation will help ASA continue preparing daily hot meals for about 100 children in its after-school and community programs. ASA says the new stove replaces one that had been used for more than 20 years and had become unreliable. Island Gem says the donation supports children's basic needs, helping ensure they receive both nourishment and opportunity. ASA is also developing a greenhouse and outdoor learning space where children can learn about planting, local agriculture, and nature. Meanwhile, the St. Martin Lions Club distributed 84 diabetic-friendly food baskets to seniors through its annual Teach Me to Fish project. The baskets were shared with seniors across the community with support from local partners. Both initiatives highlight the continued role of service organizations in strengthening community care, health, and youth development. St. Martin Book Fair honors culture and environment. The 23rd edition of the St. Martin Book Fair highlighted both cultural achievement and environmental justice this year. Antonia Carmona Baez and Tatio Bervutz received the President's Award during the main book launch and closing ceremony at the University of St. Martin on June 6th. Organizers say the award recognizes individuals and institutions whose work combines literary, cultural, and liberation values in service of progress. Carmona Baez, president of the University of St. Martin, was recognized for his scholarship and work in political economy, Caribbean labor, and decolonial thought. Bervutz was honored for his environmental leadership, writing, and conservation work across St. Martin and the wider Caribbean. Bervutz also facilitated a book fair community session titled Swaligan's We Need You, where residents helped develop an environmental justice statement for St. Martin. Participants identified concerns about disappearing natural spaces, hillside development, freshwater resources, beach access, and the need for stronger environmental protections. The statement calls for greater public participation, cross-border cooperation, mandatory environmental impact assessments, and stronger protection of St. Martin's land, water, and natural heritage for future generations. St. Dominic honors IB graduates. St. Dominic High School has honored its International Baccalaureate class of 2026 during the school's annual IB pinning ceremony. The ceremony recognized students who completed the rigorous 2-year IB diploma program and their final examinations. This year's theme was Every Piece Counts, celebrating our differences. Students were celebrated for academic excellence, leadership, service, character, and mentorship through the awarding of honor cords. The teal cord recognized completion of IB core requirements, while the yellow cord honored students who scored more than 30 points on mock examinations. Adia Williams earned the highest mock examination score with 36 points. Dishita Babani and Enhua Wu received all 5 honor cords, recognizing outstanding performance across academics, leadership, service, character, and peer support. The evening also included special awards, student performances, and addresses from school representatives, parents, and IB leadership. St. Dominic High School congratulated the class of 2026 and expressed confidence that the graduates will continue to reflect the values of the IB program as future leaders, scholars, and global citizens.
Hey there, I'm Venicia Herbert, and welcome to the Community Billboard. This is your space where the people, places, and heartbeat of the St. Martin community get to speak for themselves. Whether it's an event worth showing up for, a business worth knowing about, or a cause worth caring about, you'll hear it right here. So, settle in, because what's coming up next just might be exactly what you've been looking for. Welcome to the NEWSDESK Community Billboard.
St. Martin, we are looking for you to be at this year's St. Martin Flag Day Parade. Ladies, if you got your flag wear dress, wear it on 13 June. Men, we're not leaving you out. You can come with your red, white, and blue vest as well. Don't have a dress, don't have a vest. Just rep 721 in the colors of red, white, and blue.
So we're going to do it like back in the day, jollification time. Bring your drinks, bring your snacks, and we see you there.
13 June, 3 p.m. at the Walter Plant Square. See you there.
The 4th annual Mango Fest is coming up on Sunday, June 28th at Ebenezer Estate, but you have no idea how to get there. No worries, follow me. From the L.B. Scott Road, past the South Reward Catholic Church. Then take the last bridge before you reach the Milton Peters College. Take a right and head to the Ebenezer Estate Playground. Simple! You can either park outside of the venue or park at the Catholic Church and make a short walk to the event. The 4th annual Ebenezer Mango Fest, Sunday, June 28th, starting at 4 p.m. Entrance is free.
Me and you underneath the mango tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
To be part of our mailing list, send an email to newsdesksxm@gmail.com.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every laugh, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Before we wrap up, we take a moment each day to check in with our neighbors across the region. There's always a story worth paying attention to. Here's today's regional headline.
In our regional news, climate and correction updates. In regional news, the central government is inviting residents of the Caribbean Netherlands to give input on a new national climate adaptation strategy for 2026. The strategy looks at how Bonaire, Saba, and Statia can better prepare for the effects of climate change, including higher temperatures, heavier rainfall, stronger winds, rising sea levels, coastal erosion, and more intense hurricanes. Officials say the goal is to keep infrastructure working, protect people from flooding and storms, and preserve important cultural heritage. Residents can submit feedback on the draft strategy from June 9th through July 20th. Meanwhile, on Bonaire, the correctional institution Caribbean Netherlands is launching a communication campaign called Through This Lens. The campaign will give the public more insight into daily life inside the institution, including security, guidance, employment, personal development, and preparation for reintegration. Officials say reintegration begins from the first day of detention and requires both personal responsibility and community support.
Welcome back. Each day we take a moment to go beyond the headlines and look deeper into the issues, people, and conversations shaping life here on St. Martin. Welcome to today's NEWSDESK feature.
St. Martin's latest political confrontation is no longer centered on one minister, one decision, or one government department. It has expanded into a wider battle over integrity, political narratives, civil service protection, and who should be believed when competing versions of events reach the public. During a heated parliamentary session on Wednesday, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Luke Mercelina defended his conduct amid allegations involving healthcare exemptions, government hiring, the Healthcare Professional Registry Project, and his interactions with the Ministry of Public Health, Social Development, and Labor. The Prime Minister rejected claims that he improperly interfered in another minister's portfolio or pressured civil servants. He maintained that his actions were lawful and connected to his responsibilities as acting Minister of VSA and Chair of the Council of Ministers. One disputed matter involved the extension of an exemption for a medical professional. The Prime Minister said this was not the approval of a completely new practitioner, but an extension for someone already working within St. Martin's healthcare system. He argued that the country's shortage of medical professionals and the need for continuity of care were relevant considerations when he disagreed with advice recommending that the extension be denied. But several members of Parliament challenged that explanation, questioning whether the practitioner met all legal requirements and whether the Prime Minister crossed administrative boundaries. That disagreement points to a deeper problem. The public is hearing legal interpretations, political accusations, internal government concerns, and questions about professional advice, but still lacks one clear, independently verified account of what happened. The Prime Minister has now requested a formal assessment from the Secretary General of VSA after allegations surfaced that civil servants felt pressure, intimidated, or uncomfortable while carrying out their duties. He asks whether any formal complaints or documented incidents exist, what protections are currently available, and whether anyone faced retaliation for providing professional advice. That is an important step. But it also places the Prime Minister, now serving as acting Minister of VSA, in charge of the same ministry where concerns connected to his conduct were reportedly raised. MP Francisco La Cruz says that creates a serious perception problem. He's asking what independent safeguards will protect civil servants, advisors, and management personnel who may have spoken up. His argument is simple. Public servants should never have to choose between giving honest professional advice and protecting their careers. Whether the allegations are ultimately proven or rejected, that principle should not be controversial. Government cannot demand integrity from civil servants while leaving them uncertain about what happens after they raise concerns. The political exchanges also moved into the history of appointments at utilities company GEBE. MP Duran rejected claims that the National Alliance-led Jacobs government removed local executives from senior positions. He said vacancies were advertised during the tenure of then-Minister Christopher Waver and argued that the National Alliance appointed local professionals rather than dismissing them. His message was that public debate should rely on records, not political spin. But the fact that Parliament is now debating events from 2019 shows how quickly the current crisis is pulling older political disputes back into the spotlight. GEBE's unresolved leadership concerns, allegations surrounding VSA, and the removal of former Minister Richard Brooke, and questions involving the Prime Minister are becoming connected in the public mind, even when the legal and factual issues may be separate. That is dangerous for public trust. When every side accuses the other of manipulation, interference, or dishonesty, citizens can begin to believe that truth itself is simply political. The answer cannot be more accusations. It must be documentation, independent review, clear timelines, and consequences where wrongdoing is proven. The Prime Minister says allegations should be assessed through facts, evidence, and due process. The opposition says those who raise concerns must be protected from retaliation. Both principles should apply, because integrity is not proven by winning a parliamentary argument. It is proven by allowing the facts to be examined openly, protecting those who speak in good faith, and ensuring that no public official, government, or opposition gets to replace evidence with narrative. The question now is whether this parliamentary process will produce clarity or whether St. Martin will be left with more allegations, more division, and even less trust than before.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Martin News Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday at 8 a.m. on TV15 and across all our social media platforms. From all of us here at News Desk, we wish you a fantastic week ahead. Until next time, stay friendly, St. Martin.